What up, everybody? It's motherfucking Monday. How y'all doing? We got our
wakey. Hands off Snakey. Listen, sorry, I interrupted you.
No.
No, I was just I'm excited. It's Monday. I'm. Did you ever, and you growing up, did you hate Mondays or did you like Mondays?
It was just another day. My days kind of ran together, especially as I got older, and it was like the times were changing. The weekends didn't mean shit because I was either going to school or going to work or making some kind of money. You know what I'm saying? So it was just everybody was kicking it. That's why a lot of people, look back and ask, how do I get where I'm at now, or why do I have what I have now, or whatever. Well, because a lot of you guys are out getting high and doing fuck shit. I was either working or stacking my money.
Yeah. You choose when you do that stuff, right? Like the earlier you do it, the more benefit it has for you in the long run.
Nah, see, I found out now I can kick it like a motherfucker and I ain't got shit to worry about.
Yeah. Right. So, and that's the thing is, like, it doesn't work that way. You have to figure out your everything, right? And if you wait too long, that's why it's people who, like, I always feel bad because I'm like, now that I'm in better shape and everything, I can do stuff, I'm still limited and just by life and everything, but still I'm like, you know what, I'm trying to live my life to the fullest. Why not?
Yeah, it don't matter if you lost 200 pounds, that you still got that bum knee.
2 bum knees, bum back, bro. I got an ass cack that goes right to my neck. It's horrible, but
just because you got an off the frame restoration don't mean the frame was good.
I mean, bro, that's the thing too, is like I'm now, like, I've never broken a bone, but at the same time I played a lot of contact sports growing up, and I would fight with people and do shit like that and injure myself, but I would never break a bone. But now I'm kind of worried because I'm like, I haven't really done physical stuff in too long
around that no more.
So I'm like, my bones turn into dust? Like, what's happening, right? Like,
oh, dude, I got I'm the same way. I think that maybe I might have broken. I think I might have broken my pinky. I think it was this one. Punching through a window when I was a kid. Yeah. That's about the extent of it.
But now every time it gets cold, that's the one that hurts. And
well, I'm just more like now. Before I could fucking, I hit something. Oh fuck, I worked in machine shops and tool and die places all my life. I mean, you know the drill. You get hit by stuff, and it's all pointy, and it all doesn't move.
Yeah, that's wear your gloves.
Yep.
Or you're gonna get cut. That's how it works.
You don't wear your gloves on the lathe, and you don't wear your gloves on the fucking mill.
Did I ever tell you that I got caught on a lathe?
Oh, dude, I got caught. Man,
hey.
I was tightening up the jaw on the chuck.
Yeah.
And like the older fucking lathes over here, they have the arms that you got one arm down here, one arm down here, and that would engage the chuck.
All right.
So I'm fucking tightening this thing up, and I got a loose fucking shirt on, stupid kid. And
it's the same story. Okay, go.
I hit the fucking lever by accident. That goddamn look, it just was by the grace of the universe. Luckily, I still had which generally would have been a bad thing, but I still had that chuck key in there. And I fucking grabbed that motherfucker and I'm muscling it, dude. And I'm looking like, do I scream for help? Do I scream for help? I'm over there with my leg and I'm like,
bro.
Dude, I was able to fucking knock that switch down. But talk about shitting on myself. But oh my God, look. And I was a youngin'. That was a young shit on yourself. That's a stinky kind.
Yeah. That's all. Everything that's built up, just a boom. Okay, so I was working. So the problem was we were doing the form for gears. So it was solid steel, but we're talking about, say, 12 by 3. Okay. I just had to take it down to flat so they could cut the gear. Okay. The problem was the guy that was running the machine was a little guy. And he's like, I can't push the chuck in. He's like, I need help. And my dad's like, you're useless. Go fucking help this guy. And I'm like, so
Okay.
what happened? And so we're working. My other brother takes over, and all of a sudden I realize, so I'm wearing a flannel shirt. And as I lean over to push it, it catches and spins me like 4 times like that. And then
Oh, fuck.
okay, so I go, so I'm spinning, so it's like ripping the shirt around.
Oh, you're lucky it didn't pull you forward.
It didn't pull, so it just pulled, and I was like a top. I was like, okay. So I spin around, and then it breaks, and I'm like, huh. And my brother's like, what the fuck? Are you okay? I'm like, I'm okay. He's like, okay, you know what? Let's go inside. Let's go have a meeting. Everybody, you know what? We've been working long. Let's kind of take a breakdown, because you're like, bro, that's scary. I was like,
it's horrifying, dude.
I'm like, I'm okay. What the fuck
I
just
had
happened?
one of them industrial grinders,
Yeah.
like the ones you got to hold with 2 hands, like the big fucking grinders.
Yeah.
Man, I had one of those kick back at me and snatch me up, dude. Like, oh my god, and that I felt on my chest, like it started ripping through the fucking shirt. Man, luckily the kid next to me saw it. He went and yanked the fucking plug out of the wall, dude.
It got you, eh? Bro. Why my one brother got his knee, just a it's a little, and he has a scar. I have a scar from a bike on my other knee, but the worst was I kept on lighting myself on fire. Fuck. And the worst was, hey, we had these shitty it almost looked like a lab coat, like, which I still don't know why my dad bought it. I'm like, this is stupid. But it was that,
it's over here too. They're supposed to be flame retardant. Yeah,
no, they're not. They just fucking melt and smoke. Okay, it's not flavored. So I'm like, oh, god damn.
Did you the gloves with the fuzz on them? Like, did you ever see them gloves?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what possessed the owner of this company to, tell the grinders to fucking use it. Like, start. You know how quick that goes off.
Hey, it's like you're burning a crop. Just covers the whole hand. You're like, no, I can't, bro. Yeah, we had. I remember we were doing tag axles and tube axles for a few bus companies, and we had to grind the weld off and then pop it out on the press. And the press was 240-ton press. And every once in a while, somebody didn't grind it well, and you're like, fuck. Because you're like, it's at 190. And they're like, what the fuck would you do that, idiot? It'll fucking explode, you dumb shit. Yeah. Anyways.
The 2 times, like, I've had 2 major incidents with presses like that. One of them was the first time we had this big press right next to my welding table.
Yeah.
And like my welding table, I had a big ass welding table. I was making I forget frames, some aluminum frames or something.
Yeah.
And it was getting ready, time to go. The press was on next to me. The door was open on the press because you had to, the switch itself wouldn't do, so you had to go on the inside and shut it off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my intelligent ass decided to take, I don't know, maybe a 6-8 foot square tube of aluminum and reach over there and shut it off. Dude, I always thought that shit on TV or the cartoons when electricity hits you and it throws you. I thought that's full of shit. Dude, to tell you, and back then, like that was like maybe my early 20s, I was pretty slim, maybe 150, 160 pounds.
Oh,
yeah. Dude, like a fucking paper kite. It just flew. And then like the head welder, happen to look across, and he's just looking at me like, "What the fuck just
Yeah.
happened?"
The fuck did you just do? And you're like, I need to sit down.
Oh
I
my
just need to
god.
sit down for a second, bro.
Yeah.
I remember once I was walking. So we had 2 units. So we had two 6,000 foot units, right? And the one shop we used for work, and then the other shop, my dad, he bought a 30-foot lathe
Ooh.
with a 55-inch chuck.
The fuck
Yeah,
was he turning?
it was weird shit. But we had like there was the only thing is everything, it was very manual. So like nothing was in unison. You had to make sure you're doing the same turns on the
Yeah,
guide and everything. Like
that's
it was
how
a lot.
I
Yeah,
learned. Fucking
it,
sucks.
it fucking sucks. Okay, fucking sucks, bro. Because if you're off, you fuck everyone.
Because the people don't realize, like, like my eyes. I mean, with my eyes going, it kind of pisses me off. But
Yeah,
I was trained to look at 1,000th of an inch. Like that's
bro.
1/3 of a human hair.
Yeah, you can
And
still feel it.
right,
You still,
right. Or you can
right?
just you got eyeballs. That
You're
ain't
like,
right. It just
no,
no,
you're
nope. That's
off.
just not. Like, I mean, it used to help in my pool game. Something terrible. Oh,
Bro,
dude, I could see an angle like you wouldn't believe back in the day.
hey,
Now
that's
the eyes are all kind of fucked from welding. But
so this is the funny thing is, so I'm walking from one shop to the other because the other shop next door, what we did was we used that to store the big lathe, CNC machine, and we had a plasma cutter there, and then we would have steel, just excess steel. So we had our own supply going, right?
right,
And as I'm walking, I see my brother, and he's not moving. He was hooking up one of the lathes, and I'm like, he's more knowledgeable about electrical, so he would do that stuff. But we had an electrician that we would trade. We would fix his barn equipment, and in turn, he would come do all our electrical and be certified, right? So, I see my brother, and he's not moving, and I'm like, Greg, hey, and he's like, "Good," and I'm like, you all right, man? And he's like, I gotta go sit down. I'm like, yeah, you should go sit down, bro. You should just go sit down. He's like, yeah, I gotta. I was, I said, because I'm like, bro, it's 220. I'm like, you're not okay with that, right? You're like, that could cook you, right? So it's
dude,
not.
that's what I got hit with when I flew across the fucking.
But you got amped, okay? Fucking, bro. That's.
Oh man, dude,
Oh yeah.
man, that was scary. It was fucking scary. I tell you that.
Oh man.
I mean, there's been some horror stories, man. Like you ever get hit so hard in your head, like you don't realize it until you take 2, 3 steps.
I walked into the fucking crane, bro. So somebody had left it at head height, and they're like, so the problem was, I'm a fucking giant. All of my siblings, so I don't have anyone in my family over 5'9". So I'm here 6'2". Okay. So somebody lifts the crane up and leaves it above their head. It was my 5'6" brother. So he's like, oh, that's more than tall enough for everyone to walk under. I'm like, no, you fucking midget. Okay. Put it higher. Hey, and I turn. Whap! Oh, what the fuck did I just hit? And you're going, bro, these were fucking 50-pound cast iron with
Yeah,
the fucking,
yeah,
the locking one where it
yeah.
fully closes. Boom! Oh, yeah. You're like, what the fuck just happened? What the fuck happened? Yeah, no, man.
Dude,
It was-
I think the worst shop accident that I ever was a part of. It wasn't even like it was the fucking truck driver's fault.
fuck.
Um, dude, I was doing. We used to make the big smokestacks. I did structural welding
Yeah.
and like for WCI steel.
Okay.
And we had a shipment about to go out, and on the top of these things, like they have lifting lugs. You got to weld. For people who don't know, they're little things on the side so you can pick them up by a crane and load them down.
Right.
But that's it, because we have to spray paint, not for any other use. I forget exactly what it was, but it was a stencil.
Right.
Because then we'd be liable if somebody else used that. We just put it on there real quick so we could load it. Those
Yeah.
things ain't made to be fucking dangled and whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So they loaded up the 3 stacks, and somebody forgot to stencil them. And it was a rush order. We needed to get it out. You know, all the trucks, the heavy overweight load or whatever the fuck oversized load, 3 people, they were all in line and shit to fuck the top. So we're like, fuck, this got to be done. Now these fuckers are at 50 plus foot because they were on top of the flatbed a piece.
That's a problem.
Yeah, and nobody wanted to go up there. So I'm like,
yeah,
fuck it. You know, I told my buddy Les, we slapped the fucking pallet on the big forklift. Told him to raise me up there. I'll get up there, you know, and I'll fucking stencil them real quick. Give me the spray paint. Let's go.
Yeah.
So got to the fucking first one, no problem. Got to the second one, I'm fucking up there, and I see the truck driver coming out of the one bay, and I don't know if this fucker was high or what, because like everybody else was waiting outside their vehicles. It was kind of like I don't know their procedure or whatever. They couldn't be in the vehicle when we were loading. He's going towards the truck. I'm looking down at him, and I yelled to Les. I was like, "Make sure that motherfucker don't pull away."
Yeah.
Wouldn't you know it? This motherfucker gets in that goddamn rig, just starts going because it was running. He just puts it in the gear and starts going, dude. My fucking the steel in the tip of my steel toe boot caught in the fucking in the pallet that was up on the forklift. He actually hit the fucking the forklift with the back end of the truck. That which ripped my boot open.
Yeah, luckily, yeah, better.
The fucking the tow motor damn near flipped totally over. Les was able to control it down. I'm dangling. Now this shit is there's a beveled edge going around this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm dangling off this fucking thing. And you see all our guys, they're coming out, they're ready to beat this fucker's ass. They snatched him out the fucking truck. I like I said, I don't know if he was drunk or what. I don't know what the fuck was on his mind. Les finally got control of the fucking tow motor. He flew over to the side where I was. I just dropped down on it. I get this motherfucker walks up to me. Hey, buddy, you okay? You don't get the fuck away from me right now. And straight to the bathroom. No lie. Hand to God, Dino. Straight to the bathroom. Man. My boot was like, just, if you just saw the boot, like right where the steel starts to go to boot, was totally ripped apart.
Which, hey, better that than your whole foot, right?
Yeah.
Like that's a fuck my boots. Well, still got my foot, so hey, that's okay.
Oh my god, I wanted to choke that man.
Oh yeah, bro. We had a couple stupid truck drivers that was really frustrating. A few guys that were awesome, but then it was like some guys, Jake. Like one guy, we had our saw. We had 2 saws, so we actually, because we were doing a lot of product, we had an old ghetto saw, and then my dad bought like a auto feeding, like almost it was like a repeater for cutting, because we were doing blades, and we're talking about, so you'd have 8-inch solid steel tube, or not tube, around, okay, 30 feet long, and it would just move it 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches, and just cut them. Okay, so it was like a meant for work kind of thing, right? But you could put it on repeat, and it would just do the whole thing.
See, that's I couldn't stand, like, we had something similar, but it was like maybe the outdated version of that. You had to feed it yourself. Like it would keep cutting, but you had to set up a stop and move it forward, you know.
Yeah. So we had one like that, the old school one, but my dad got a new one for this because we were doing the shredders. Auto feed, bro. It was
and it going through steel. Like to me, like you're not supposed to go through steel that quick. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like I see what it does going through aluminum. Steel. Oh. That's scary.
We would have whatchamacallit, we would have it on auto feeder, and you're like, bro, we learned because if we were doing this en masse, like what happens when you don't have the right blades, and like you can upgrade blades, and then you're like, bro, there are some blades you're like, oh, you have no idea what you're fucking with. You're like, that thing went through steel like it was butter, and you're just like, because you're doing
cheap out on the fucking blades too.
Yeah.
Oh,
bro,
carbide starts fucking whipping at you.
That was a lesson learned. When is like, hey, you always close the lid before you start it up, just in case it's a dud blade and it snaps.
Yeah,
that way it'll unravel there instead of into your fucking face, because that shit that'll cut your eye out, no problem, easy, right? But because of that, we had it all the way at the end of the shop, right at the door. So if we had steel, we could take it off, and we had rollers, so we would take it off a truck, leave it over, boom, right onto the saw, off we go, right? Simple solution. But how many fucking truck drivers hit into the fucking stand of rollers that we had all the fucking time?
The whole fucking procedure up.
Every fucking time. I'm like, nothing's in line now. I got to move everything. Thanks a lot. You're a cocksucker.
Well, and I guess we could call this portion of how things are made in America. And now you're wondering why planes are falling out the sky.
It's definitely DEI. It's DEI, sir. DEI.
And you know what the bad thing was? That he was right. He was fucking right. Like, how could that was almost like
2 days.
You fucking do.
They waited 2 days to release her name. In those 2 days, her entire internet presence has been wiped from existence. And they're like, okay, so little information that apparently she has she's a part-time Black Hawk pilot. Okay, we know that. She owns a house that's worth $500,000 that she bought a few years ago. Okay, that's impressive. And 3 was that the air traffic controllers were warning her for 2 full minutes in advance of what happened. You're going, I'm sorry, those things are really weird.
Yeah, just a little bit. And for all you guys out there trying to look up Black Hawks and stuff like that, make sure when you're speaking into your voice text that you say Black Hawk.
Very important.
Because you'll come up with a lot of black things. I'll tell you that
for sure.
Big black things. Just saying, Happy Black History Month.
I mean, it's one of those things.
So I mean, before we even touch on that shit, I gotta say, because I know this don't really pertain to you guys up there, but for you people having this fit about them taking away Black History Month, listen to yourselves, you idiots. How the fuck are they gonna take away your personal observance of a holiday? That is some federal shit. That means the people at the fucking the post office and at your fucking downtown and all that shit. That means they don't get the day off temporarily. It was only up. It was only for 90 fuck. It's only for 90 fucking days. I mean, they're talking about extending it depending on what's what. But I mean, that's like saying that the government is no longer recognizing Christmas, as a federal holiday. Oh, so you're gonna stop fucking worshiping Jesus? You're not gonna celebrate Christmas,
correct,
or Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa, or whatever? Really?
Absolutely.
I mean, that makes no fucking sense.
You can't take away my Kwanzaa, sir. Okay.
And then a lot of these fucking holidays, like, you haven't noticed within the past 2-3 years, how many new holidays there's been?
Listen, there's you know what? For a long time, they were causing the issue that you can't say Merry Christmas in schools, and that was becoming an issue. Okay, but now all the schools in my area, they all have Diwali celebrations and stuff like that for Indian people. It's for Indian people. It's and you're going, hold on. So we can't do Christmas, but now we can do Diwali. What the fuck is this shit? You're like, listen. Pick a lane. We're not doing this. You want no religion in school? That's fine, but then it's no religion, not this religion. That's
That's
persecution.
what happened over this way.
Yeah.
You know, they wanted the separation of church and state. Get God out of the schools. And then
Okay.
they started letting the Muslims do their thing. And then
Yeah,
they started letting this group do their thing. And then now there's fucking Satanist after school special that's better than most after school specials. And did a whole fucking show on that shit.
Can you imagine being in such a shitty place where it's like, oh yeah, the Satanists, they have an after school program that is the tits.
Dude,
Like,
it is. Like
I know, but like that's that like that.
It's like
it's so crazy to me that we're in a world like, look, the reason that the Catholic Church was so powerful for so long was because they held on to knowledge and intelligence in the same fashion, right? They kept it close to the chest. But the thing is, there was a time in history that was a good thing. It meant that the cream of the crop rose to the top, and that was a good thing, right? Because you're like, oh, the best of the best became priests, and they helped their environment. They did good things. They learned languages. They taught the people. Then it was around the Black Plague happened, and all the good guys were doing last rites for people, and they died. So now you have an entire vacuum of people of necessity that doesn't exist,
and you get monks doing fuck shit.
And then you got that's the fuck shit that happens is this is why if someone wants a leadership role, those people should not be leaders. It's that simple. Anyone who says I want to lead the people, nope. You know why? That guy just wants to get fucked. That's it. He wants to get all the shit in his pockets and then run away. Why? Because he knows he's envious. He's seeking glory for no purpose. Whereas somebody who you have to look at people who are capable, who display characteristics of leadership and take those people. It's very weird. That's this whole vacuum, and people are like, "Oh, I want to be important." You're like, "Yeah, everyone wants to be important. It's if you should be important. That's the question."
Yeah, I just like I said, I don't get it. Doesn't make sense to me. I mean, if it would like for a while, and I didn't even know that they brought Martin Luther King Day back because for a while there was no Martin Luther King Day. Then they changed it to Civil Rights Day. And then all of a sudden, I mean, I don't know if that was a Mandela effect or nothing, but I could have swore I even did a show with them taking away Martin Luther King Day and nobody fucking saying shit about it. Bro. But then all of a sudden, you know, now it's not recognized by the government for 90 days. Oh, you're going to shut the fuck up. Just automatically the government took your memory of Martin Luther King?
Right?
I mean, why don't you here, they took away your holiday and they gave you the truth about him. The CIA killed him.
Well, so apparently there is a growing trend where they're saying that Martin Luther King, as a person of what he did,
there's a good person.
Well, they're like, yeah, they're some of that history in and of itself has been manipulated.
Yeah.
So it's a weird environment where you're going, so everyone, so this, like, how are we figuring this out? It doesn't, nothing makes sense about it, right? It's like, oh yeah, the CIA does some fuck shit once again and again and again, and you're like, here's an idea, fuck the CIA, bro. How about that?
I see. I'm not buying the JFK thing because, like, they're saying the dude in the front seat who was the driver shot him.
Yeah.
So then everybody else in that car was in on it, including his wife.
Right.
You know, now I did see a video back in the day where it showed that one of the other fucking, like the dude in the passenger seat fucking shot him.
Yeah.
But then, like,
I thought it was the guy. There was a guy jumped on the back of the trunk of the car, and his gun went off too. Right.
Well, see, that was another. And not only that's weird that you know about that. Yeah. That was one of the stories I heard back in the day, and supposedly it was a fucking rookie fucking Secret Serviceman, and he was late. So when he saw everybody running around the corner, because they showed over the back of the fucking car. Like,
Bro, can you imagine? You're like, oh, I'll just catch up, guys. Don't worry.
imagine if this was just one big Three Stooges fuck up.
Yeah,
Like somebody said, there was somebody in the depository. The guy from the passenger side fucking comes up with his gun. The guy in the back trips. He falls over. 2 shots. Boom, boom. Up and to the left. Up and to the left. And everybody's like, fuck. So somebody held a gun to the old lady. It was like, you better not tell nobody. You better not tell nobody.
Like that's hilarious that like that actually makes sense.
Dude,
and then it was just the whole thing was covered up.
Plausible now. That is
plausible.
fucked up. That's plausible now.
And can you imagine, like, I feel like this is okay, but let's think about the series of events, okay? So watch this. The one guy randomly is pulling out his gun, okay? But all of a sudden the guy in the back jumps on the back. So he hears that, by accident pulls the trigger. The guy lands, he hears the shot, slips, he pulls his trigger. You have up and to the left, and you're like, bro, that
explains that Costner would have fucking lost his whole fucking shit.
And for years, the Three Stooges were trying to expose this truth by showing how slapstick history can be. Little did we know the truth.
Dude, it's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah. That actually is why, like, I knew a few guys in high school who are obsessed with JFK. Not high school, sorry, like grade 7. And they like, because that's when the movie came out, and they were like, bro, this is a thing.
Like our generation was the last generation that gave a fuck about that. Because I talk to a lot of these younger kids, they don't even know who JFK is. They don't give a fuck why he got killed, when he got killed. You know, half of the young black folks that I meet only know about MLK because their parents talk about it or because it's on the news.
And let's be honest, the story that your parents tell you is most often 50% incorrect.
False.
No, because they're just like, I heard that he was amazing, and you're like, what the fuck do you know? This guy is.
See, my grandma actually had a picture of JFK in the fucking living room, dude. Like for years, JFK and Jimmy fucking Carter. I don't know what the hell was on my grandma's mind. Like she in the middle of the house, because like the Puerto Rican and Italian house, old school. So there's that big fucking I don't know what you call it. The mural on the carpet that they put on the wall.
Oh, like a tapestry?
Big fucking tapestry of the Last Supper. So tell me that wasn't eerie when you're growing up.
Yeah, but it is beautiful.
No, it wasn't. It was tacky as fuck. And then on the far wall,
celebrating our Lord Jesus.
On the far wall on the left was Jimmy Carter, and on the far wall on the right was fucking Kennedy. I'm like, what? And looking back, like now, just back then as a kid, it was no big deal. I mean, it was creepy seeing Jesus staring at you and that guy throwing up the.
Fair. It's a fair point, sir.
That's kind of fucking eerie, but everything else, man. I mean, like now I look back, I'm like, what the fuck was going on in my grandparents' house?
Like
the house divided by Jesus.
Bro, this is the crazy part is that like I was raised with no idols or anything in my house. Like that's against what the Bible says, right? So no pictures of Jesus, no stuff like that. Like that was the thing. And like so I would go to my Greek Orthodox relatives in Greece, and they would always have like Mary praying, and there's a baby Jesus, and there's a candle, and you're like, fuck's this shit? And sometimes every once in a while you knew something was up in somewhere else in the family because you would go to their house and there was like 19 million fucking candles that have all burned, and you're just like, what the fuck? This is a fire hazard. Why do you have this?
You're eating, Bill.
Yeah, bro, you're just like, are you cooking food on this fucking thing?
This is totally different. Like our house was a big contradiction.
Oh yeah.
Don't believe in witchcraft. That's bad. That's brujeria. You don't do that shit. You don't believe in Satanism. That's bad. You don't do that shit. but we're gonna
True.
pray to 50 fucking different goddamn angels, archangels, and this and that, and saints.
Oh,
You got a candle for every fucking one. Each one got that Arab funk smell because you bought it at the corner store.
of
I mean,
course. This is
dude,
this is the
to this
problem
day,
is
my mom still puts it. Well, it's not brujeria, it's santeria. It's all a ria. God
it's
damn it! It's fucking
exactly.
magic.
It's idolatry. And you're like, that's like that's a huge thing to not do in the Bible.
You
And
might
that's
as
why
well
it's like,
have, you might as well have Jesus and Santa Claus riding a golden bull.
I mean, listen, I'd love to watch that shit. Don't put that in my mind because now I just have Jesus. I'm like, is Jesus riding bitchback? Or like, is he in the front? Who's
I
front?
feel like Jesus would be humble enough to be walking next to pulling the bull while Santa's fat ass was up there with his sack.
I mean,
At least that would be the Christian way of thinking of it.
I feel like Santa Claus is the given driver. He's a driver. I feel like that would be the thing, right? But I feel like Jesus might be like, hold
He's
on,
the navigator.
like yeah. Whereas like Jesus in the back with fucking like Indiana Jones style fucking lasso. Following, he's like, dun, 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 dun. You know, like it's. I feel like that.
Look
That's
right
what
over the
happens in my
water,
head.
right over the water.
Yeah,
Not a
yeah, not a drop, baby. Oh
not a
yeah,
blister on my toe.
yeah. It's like not only did he not touch the water, it turned into wine, people. Oh yeah, like come on, this is that would be the greatest sport ever.
All right, so speaking of mythical happenings,
All
we
right,
got planes falling out the skies like a motherfucker.
okay, like listen,
And the black hole. So here, aside from the reality of it,
yeah,
um, some of the conspiracy theories that are going around was supposedly that the Black Hawk was transporting. It was a priority something transport. The call numbers
sure,
were a PAT. And I also seen a map which has since been removed from the net, that showed the time frame, and it says something VIP transport. So they were aside from the tranny who was fucking flying the plane, there was somebody else or not on the plane, on the helicopter.
right.
Um, that doesn't make an excuse for it smacking into something unless it was purposely.
So
Um, Now we'll get
yeah.
into it. Um, Everybody is saying, and it's mighty odd. They just came out with remote control Blackhawks.
Mm,
And they were just in that area, like I believe either 2 weeks or 2 months beforehand, showing them off. So, that doesn't say they were still there. That doesn't say it was one of these things, but I would like to believe that there would be more a mechanical error in a remote control airplane or helicopter than somebody who was trained to supposedly do this stuff, DEI or not. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like I would like to believe it would be in a real aspect of it,
Yes, I'm
but
with you.
with all the fuck shit that's been going on, and like I said, the planes just magically. There was one just recently, just it was on fire. Lady looked out the window, fucker was just on fire. It was
Yeah.
just, it didn't even take off. It just on fucking fire.
So I have a question to clarify. Are you saying that the alleged pilot, who is a part-time Black Hawk pilot, was in there as a passenger or person, so while the Black Hawk itself was flying remotely? Is that what we're saying? Or
It's
that she was trying to fight it, like somehow she was flying one that can be remote piloted and she was losing control to somehow that there was like, what are we saying here? That
Well,
she
I'm thinking that if this was a remote control vehicle, maybe it was transporting somebody. That remains to be seen. But as far as the DEI lady, I'm really thinking that the Democrats are taking it one on the chin for the DEI to
Hmm.
cover up whatever fuck shit or whoever's did this. I'm
Like
not
in other words, it's a,
because that's just been their thing. But
yeah. at some point you're saying that this woman of interest who has been claimed to be the one responsible is not responsible, and that is in fact some sort of
That's
mass
one of the
deception.
stories. Yeah.
You mean, I'll be honest with you, I didn't think about it that way, but now that you said it,
or even like it depending on the controls, because I didn't really look too much into the copter itself.
yeah,
But if it's anything like maybe the cyber trucks or whatever, you got to keep a certain, you still got to have somebody sitting in the
yeah,
fucking driver's seat. You
yep,
got there's a sensor for your eyes, even in them cars that drive themselves. If
yeah,
you doze off or whatever, it pulls itself the fuck over.
yeah, which I
So
think is awesome. But
I mean, there could be all kind of implications there. If this was a remote car like that, what if she wasn't looking? What if she passed out? What if
well,
what if it was trying to pull itself over? It could be all kind of weird shit.
what if? Hear me out. Um, what if this is let's be creative here. What if this was whoever okay, whatever VIP was in there, this was like an attack and the girl was piloting, she was piloting, but someone hacked the remote pilot and they
Took them
like I
out.
said they took him out. Because okay, let's be honest, right? Let's be 2 minutes worth of warnings. This isn't a Cessna. She's a like whether she's
Yeah,
part-time or not,
these
it's a
fucking
Black
cops
Hawk.
are made to fucking dogfight.
Bro, you no, but you're not gonna get in there without knowing what to do. Right?
Right.
Like, this isn't a well, it's my first time. Let's go on the Black Hawk. No, that's not how that works. Okay, you're gonna be jumping in there with a significant amount of training and knowledge,
Especially at night.
bro. Also, too, that's fucking badass. Can you imagine being VIP where he's like, I need a Black Hawk here right now, and you're gonna take me into the fucking night. By the way, cut that other airplane in fucking half. You're like, what the fuck? You're like, that's James Bond shit, bro.
So, all right, here's another conspiracy theory that's kind of going around I haven't looked into. Um, Supposedly, one of the passengers on the plane
Mm.
was real close to Big Mike. One of her advisors or one of her whatever, kind of like how the chef magically drowned in 3 foot of water.
Hmm. Yeah, I've never heard of anyone dying because of paddleboarding. That's a weird.
Well, now Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah, apparently Martha's Vineyard, dangerous place. Dangerous place. Like this
And
is
then
the thing, right? Can you imagine if this was like that type of situation? Like, bro, the amount of like, look, okay, I showed you that the U.S. debt website where it had
yeah,
the Doge, the Doge savings
those
tracker as well.
yeah, got it
Like,
right.
bro, this is I'm gonna pull it up too. Like it's one of those things where you're just going like, bro, this is the funniest shit ever.
What is that?
That
2 billion, 4 million. No, that's 2 trillion. 4 billion, 796 million,
yeah,
105,000, and then the numbers keep going up.
yeah, and yeah. So the Doge clock, which is money
Oh,
that
wait a
they've
minute, wait a
been
minute, wait a minute. I got that wrong. That was our
yeah,
actual national deficit.
yeah. That's much worse. So the Doge clock is at almost $53 billion that they've saved. Hey,
Holy,
in weeks. Is that not alarming?
but people are bitching, and people are bitching.
Let
Um,
them, let them. They get bitch for 4 years. Don't
um,
care.
did you see? That's beautiful. Even me bringing that up. So everybody's pissing and moaning about these tariffs. We don't know what's making the planes fall out the skies. It wasn't anything that Trump did. He fired a bunch of executives. The hands-on people have been understaffed for over a fucking year, and that was the Biden administration. Go look at that fuck shit. So the few people that they did have were DEI hires. We found that out. It ain't nothing against no DEI hires. They just were. And it was. So it was. But sorry about the people who fucking died. That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
And y'all should look at all the fucking the Boeing and other airline lawsuits that were going on last year that we were talking about when they would have doors flying off of shit and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, nobody's speaking about that neither.
Hey,
all right. So now, like I was saying, how y'all feeling over there in Canada that these tariffs hit? Have you noticed anything different in your personal life?
I mean, I feel fantastic. But this is the thing, is that we're kind of in an environment where we just get groceries, we try and cook at home, like we go out for dinner and stuff. We don't really buy a lot of stuff.
Well, yeah, that's why I asked you. I mean, on your home, because that's just an average life. I mean,
just an average. And this is the thing, is like a lot of people are saying things like you have to buy Canadian. I'm like, yeah, I do my best to buy Canadian anyway because I'm not a fucking cunt. So, I'm sorry, this is my own country, and I'm going to support what happens in my country. When Heinz pulled out of Canada, Heinz pulled out of this fucking house. Okay, that's how that fucking works. Yeah, you left.
When Rolling Rock left Pennsylvania, I stopped drinking Rolling Rock. They went to Milwaukee or some shit like that.
And I wish you the best, but you ain't here, so you can go fuck yourself. Okay, bing bong. How about that, cocksuckers?
Yeah, because I mean, I went to the store this morning, and I bought toilet paper, and I bought some cleaning supplies, and I bought some pet supplies, and it came to no more nothing that I got gas, and it's still at the same fluctuating price. I mean, I didn't go and try to buy no eggs or nothing, but I mean, I have seen no fucking problems. You want to know one of the big answers to that, though? I believe.
Tell me.
Just to chap everybody's fucking ass who thinks that the tariffs don't work. Less than a day. That ink on the paperwork wasn't even through yet. Mexico's not getting any tariffs because they said they're going to start doing what the fuck they're told. They're sending, 10,000 troops to the border?
Yeah.
And they're specifically to stop illegals and drugs, the fentanyl and shit. But they said fentanyl. Come on, let the good coke through again. I mean, Jesus.
I mean, we all miss it. That's fine.
Yeah. Bet you there'd be a lot less meth.
I mean, yeah. Well, listen, that wasn't helping anyone. Everyone, come on. Listen,
no.
I'm not talking about day in, day out. I'm talking about, listen, it's Friday. I want to go till Sunday. Let's have a party. That's fine. Okay. I'm not talking about Monday to Sunday. Let's just calm down. Okay.
Yeah.
Be reasonable. We are civilized people here. Okay.
Moderation. And just to let everybody know, Upside Down Studios, nor does Dino Genetic Marvel condone any of the thoughts or whatever the fuck.
Put up the allegedly one. That's yeah. It's all allegedly. This is all in jest and for humor.
Satire.
Yes.
So I mean, the only people that's not buckling right now is a president that ain't even a president. Like, what's going on with Trudeau, man? Trudeau's up there making threats, talking about he's gonna start pushing tariffs. I mean,
he don't work here no more, bro. He don't work here no more. Listen, I don't know why he's talking. Okay, he's our ex-wife. I don't know why he's involved. This is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, it's like the idea that this guy is. Interestingly enough, the speech that he gave was quite good. It was a very good display of fortitude. If he only acted like that in real life and for the last fucking 10 years, maybe he'd be a better person. But he's not. Yeah. So this is all just a farce, like always.
talking shit about Trump and saying that Trump's a dictator. Motherfucker, you've been there for 10 years.
Bro, a dictator that kept his wife. Shut your fucking mouth. How about that?
10 fucking years.
Mm-hmm.
And like Dino said, like he's the pissed off kid in the corner who got, he didn't get on the team. He got benched. So he's gonna keep talking this shit. Yeah, I know what to do. Yeah, it's supposed to be this, but come on, he's the kid on the bench. He's to hype everybody up.
You threw in the towel, bro. You left. Why are you giving anything? It's listen, the problem is this, right? Is that when troubled times are around the corner, that's the time when you see people who are completely useless, by the way. Those people all of a sudden start showing in your face how important and how resourceful they are and how useful they are on a daily basis and how you can't live life without them. That's what they do. This is called the middle manager effect. Okay, when they start to prove how worthy they are, you can tell that somebody's looking to cut some fat. Okay, that is factual. And when politicians try and show how useful they are,
that means they're about to be axed.
Same fucking shit. Okay, they've seen it.
I love that Polly Pocket guy or
Polyev. See, this is the thing. Okay, he's singing a great song.
Yeah,
I will agree.
What's his background? Like I don't know any of his background.
Lifelong politician, never had a real job. Oh. That's the problem. So, yeah.
I mean,
he's singing a great song, but
did he at least do for the his part? I don't know how you guys do it. Like, does he have was he over like a governor or a senator or something?
No, so he's not, because we have a Senate as well. It's weird though. So he would be like a representative, so like a not a governor. He would be like a statesman. Because how many? No, not a statesman. What's the word?
I thought they were all statesmen. Shit.
No. But there's like a state representative is like lower, but it's still an elected office, right? But it's like more like a smaller district or a county type area. I don't know. You know what? Let's learn. Give me a second here. It's I'm looking for.
If he was a career politician, but I mean he got shit done, then I mean there's nothing wrong with him having the experience and the wisdom. But if he was just another fucking Joe Biden that squeezed in by
no. He's not. So this is the thing: is he's young and he has good opinions, but he's still basically useless, right? Because he's a lifelong politician. He doesn't know anything, So, okay. So think about it this way. I'm looking at U.S. government, and yeah, that's a fucking nightmare. Perfect. Okay. So, let's go back and try higher U.S. government state. There. Let's see if that's the branches of the U.S. Maybe that's a good one. No, that's worse. You guys have weird shit.
Yeah, a whole bunch of weird shit that supposedly Doge is supposed to be getting rid of.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Okay. So what's the like what? So you have a governor. What's underneath a governor?
The mayors, governors. I know there's state reps, but I'm not exactly sure what the state reps do.
Yeah, so he'd probably be one of those.
He's here for that here and there, but I mean maybe that's like the governor's bitch, something like that.
Like his minions. Yeah,
when he doesn't show up, one of the state representatives show up.
Right.
I'm guessing.
They're middle managers. That's basically what they are. So that's where this guy lands. But he's also the head of his party. So he's like, I'm king of the idiots. Yay. Like it's not,
Well, there's no one else running. Nobody else wants to do the job.
No, he already has the job. So unless his party says you're out, he's got or I quit, he stays there. And then then if his party gets enough votes, he would be the head of his party, and that's how it works out. But like it's weird the way they do it and everything. But on top of that, like I said,
voted Trudeau over and over and over.
so technically he didn't. It wasn't him, but he had an alliance with a smaller party. So between the two of them, he's like, "Hey, you give me your votes, and I'll take care of you." They're like, "Great." So he stays in charge, but he has to give a little bitch money to the other little group.
Well, that's how it generally runs, anyways.
Exactly. Right. So he had a majority, like it's a manufactured majority. So it's weird that way. And then on top of that, like now they're losing their shirt because everyone's like, well, you guys are all retarded. Like we wanted change, and the change you gave us was you're all idiots. So, you know, it's and even still, the worst part is you're going, look, um, everything we do is factored into the fact that this US is right beside us. Okay, because it's our biggest trading partner and everything. And all the whole idea is this is we are America's warehouse for raw materials. That's basically how it works. Okay. We have raw materials, we ship it to the US, the US makes stuff and sends it all over the world. That's how the whole idea works. And Canada started manufacturing things as well. And the US has said, keep it down though. You can manufacture and send to us, but you can't do more shit. Right. So the idea of the tariffs coming into play, okay, yeah, that's how things happen. Right. But ultimately, what he's doing is he's forcing everyone's hand to bring manufacturing back immediately, to bring construction back immediately. Everything's coming back in house.
Right.
That's a he's not forcing other people to do stuff. He's forcing his people to do stuff.
Well,
Right?
in
It's
a
a
way,
switcheroo.
in a way, it was kind of done the same way here.
Mhm.
And I was all for it, in the first administration. Um, Problem is, I did, and I did a correction because I talked to a few of my buddies who work in their higher ups in steel mills and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, it was all great after it was up and running,
Yeah.
but that first year, 6 months to a year, maybe a little bit longer, was hell
Yeah.
because nobody was prepared for it.
No.
Nobody was, nobody had the steel, nobody had the hours, the laborers. There was
Yeah.
places like on the spot building new fucking foundries and shit. Now when it all got up and running, it was
Great.
fucking beautiful. It was fucking beautiful. And then all of a sudden, dickhead came in, everything got shut back down. So, I watched it even with Lordstown. When first Trump administration was in, I mean, Lordstown's fucking leadership was fucking them poor people left and right anyways. But
Yeah.
I've seen it myself. When Trump's first administration was in, they were buying new fucking machines. They were adding on to the fucking GM plant. They were, everything was good. And then after them 4 years, nope, bye bye Lordstown. All
Yeah.
that fucking new shit that they put in there, all that fucking everything they put in
Yeah.
there, where'd it go?
This
Now,
is that's the worst part about it is you're like, that was a good thing. That was gonna bring work. Like that's a positive movement for
dude,
and then they're like, oh, and then the new administration stopped it. You're like, why? Like why would you do that? That's the dumbest shit ever. And the fact is, I'll tell you this much too, is a lot of people that are coming over, just like in Canada, as in the United States, there's not just criminals. There are people who are very skilled laborers that, hey, they can do stuff. So it's like, listen, that's why the whole idea is, hey, the revamping of the border situation, the revamping of all this stuff is all good, and bringing stuff back is great. But it's that like it takes time and it takes effort. There's gonna be some growing pains, right?
see what I don't understand. Like, this is my big thing. What is, especially in Canada, of all fucking places, the only thing Trump said was just make your border a little bit more secure.
Yep.
That was it. That was it. The same thing he told Mexico. And all that is, I don't understand why that's such a big problem. Nothing could change. Fuck,
Yep.
he's talking about opening up the fucking oil line back coming through there. fucking, all the fucking water lines and shit, all the fucking shit that was supposed to be there, they all got shut down. He was
Yeah.
going to open back up, which would have benefited both of us
Yeah.
greatly. And that's all down to the fuck side because, oh, Mr. Poopy Pants wants to fucking be all pissy. He ain't even got a fucking job no more.
Yeah. Listen, the whole listen. Do you remember when the convoy blocked the border crossing?
Yeah, didn't he have them all arrested?
Within 24 hours, they had tanks there dragging the semis off the bridge. It was that you're like, oh no. Why? Because that makes money. Okay, so hey, now hit it where it hurts. Cross the border. Okay. Hey, he warned you, he told you, you said no problem. Hey, all the
I don't
best.
know why these people think like Trump's bullshitting. He's got 4 years left. That whole he might get another term, this and that. That's a fantasy.
That's a bad thing. Because
Yeah,
if it happens, that means the country has a big problem.
Yeah,
right?
if we're allowed to vote him back in, which I'd vote. I mean, depending on the job he does, I'm a supporter. But if all this shit don't pan out, fuck him. You know, that's what being being an American is all about. Okay, if you fucking said you could do the job, you couldn't. Bye. You know,
Yeah.
It's that fucking easy.
No.
But I mean, and then there's another thing that's been driving me nuts over the weekend. The news. You got all these men, and they're Mexicans. They're Mexicans. That's just silly as fuck. They're Mexican Americans. Apparently, these are legal ones, but they are protesting the mass deportations.
Thanks for getting together for us. We'll just lump you in and take you away.
They're fucking waving Mexican flags and burning American flags. You want to be here so bad. You're fucking waving a flag for somewhere you refuse to live?
Isn't that weird?
And then you're going to gather all these people up. Because just because you got papers don't mean your nephew fucking whatever the fuck his name is got papers, nor his 12 kids.
Yeah.
So, I mean, these idiots don't realize it's not that they're protesting. They're did you see the fucking news clip where that whole line of fucking troops were just standing there, just waiting for the word, just waiting for the fucking word? I mean,
you can't. There's a lot.
At this point, they're don't think you're getting one over. They are just letting you there. If you don't think they're letting you there, go ahead, go fuck with one of them.
This is my problem is at what point do you think that border security isn't important? Like, what planet are you on that you don't think that border security is like secure your fucking border? Oh, I don't want to do that. What do you mean you don't want to do that? Do it or I'll do it for you. And if I do it for you, you're going to get fucked.
Yeah, it's going to be mine.
Yeah.
Just the same people fucking who want to open border, the same people that lock their fucking doors of their house all the time and, roll up their windows when they see a black person driving down.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me at all. It doesn't. And I mean, and this whole everybody, the migrants, no, a migrant and an asylee. Those are two, those things are different than an illegal.
Yeah.
If you're an asylee, you came and you talk to the person you're supposed to talk to. And this whole bullshit about the whole, it takes this and takes that. No, we already went through this. It's not that hard unless you're a Muslim or a sand person. I'm sorry. Still don't know about that fuck shit. There is, y'all black folks or y'all Mexican folks think y'all got it bad. Look what they doing to the Muslims, trying to come over here. Just saying. But I mean, I don't understand it. I don't get it, And here's a statistic that I've seen, and it was kind of used to support the whole illegals thing. But it says 62% of American agriculture, food, vegetables, whatever shit like that, is picked or grown or processed by an illegal.
Okay.
Okay, so now that was supposed to be like, oh, we need the illegals. No, I want to know why 62% of our shit is done by illegals.
Yeah.
Why is that happening? Why, nobody's looking at it that way. And then again, I said it before, I'll say it again. They're using the same fucking bullshit that the Democrats used back in the 1800s to keep their slaves. Oh, who's going to pick our food? Who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? Well, you don't pay them like a regular person, so they're getting paid under the table, and they're getting paid 1,000 times less. So you're pissed off that they're taking away your exploited slave labor.
Yeah. Is that, hold on, is that not, do they not realize that? Like when they put out that statistic, do they not realize what they're saying? Like, do they think it's
this was a feel pity for the illegals fucking thing?
Why? Hey, I love how they were like, so what percentage of the people being deported are illegals? 100%. They're all criminals because they entered this country and tried to stay illegally. Hey, is it nice? No. Is she wrong? Also, no. Sorry. It's a harsh world.
I look at it this way. If if someone was an illegal and they are that good person who is, doing whatever for his family or whatever, and he's taking care of things, and he's got him a side hustle or whatever, but he's not doing anything wrong, and he's not, look, figure out a way to get it done the right way. Figure out a way. You can figure out a way. But just like I tell my kids, you are who you hang out with. If you are that good illegal, but you and your 3 cousins decide to go strolling, drinking a 40, and them 3 illegals are doing fuck shit, and they get picked up, guess who's going with the 3 illegals? Because you became one of the fuck shit crowd.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Hold on. Has no one ever in history just been lumped in with whoever they're beside because, well, that's a bad person, you must be bad too? Okay, sorry. That's what life is. Hey, you do dumb shit. You do dumb shit around other people. Everybody's going. Why? Because it's not our problem. It's a you problem. Listen, you have to understand that the whole idea is if you associate with people doing wrong, the assumption is that you too do wrong.
Right.
Okay. This is not a new concept.
That is reality.
That 100%. Listen, if I see you hanging out with the wrong crowd, look, I see a woman walking around with, and a man has his arm around her, I assume they're together. I don't assume they're siblings. I don't assume that they're just friends. I assume they're an item. In the same sense, if you're associating with a certain type of person, I assume that you're comfortable with how they act in front of you and behind your back. That's on you. Okay.
I mean,
that's not a criticism. It's just factual.
I look at it as, when I was growing up, I mean, and I'm sure it still is now. I don't remember any of these laws being changed, but say you and 3-4 people are in the car. One of them people got a bag of dope on them. You get pulled over. Everybody's going to jail for that bag of dope.
At least for the night.
Yep.
If not the full deal, you're going tonight. Maybe in a couple days.
If nobody's talking, then it's everybody's dope.
I have a question. I have an opinion, but I would like your opinion. Is if that happens, let's say we're all 4 of us are in a car, okay? One of us has dope and gets caught, okay? So let's say not just one of us does. Do we all expect that person to take it and be like, hey, no, nobody else knew it was on me, and just fucking take their beating because they got fucked? Or do we all stay silent? What do we do?
It just depends on the people you're with. Like, I'm the type of person that if it was mine, look, it was mine. It was fucking mine. I mean, because when I've got busted with weed in my car before and stuff, I went to the judge, says, how do you plead? I'm like, well, sir, whether this is mine or not, it's in my vehicle. It's my responsibility. So, it's mine. And the judge actually looked at me like nobody has ever told this man the truth before.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, dude. I mean, that was one of the least amount of tickets I ever got. It was I had a speeding, a possession, and a paraphernalia because there was a bowl there. And I got the paraphernalia was the one that cost the most. It was $75. It was like a $10 speeding ticket and like $20 for the weed. And then
Bro, okay, that's just you look like you're gonna be a bad time. You're getting all the tickets every time. That's like,
and then there was court costs.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. I was waiting for you. Then there was court costs. So it cost me like maybe $150 somewhere around there. But that was the cheapest because total comparison. My aunt.
How dare you? How dare you expect me to pay for the court that my taxes pay for?
Oh no, it was a different.
All like
either way, I mean, every fucking place has
it. How dare you charge me for a service my taxes pay for, and in turn, only to enforce rules and regulations that I have not deemed important on your behalf, and you're gonna charge me? I would burn that fucking place to the ground. You guys are soft and you need to fight. Jesus. How, bro, the audacity
of
your court system. Bro, the audacity of your court system is appalling.
Welcome to being the 51st state.
Hey,
I see
listen,
you
this is an FAFO
and beats up a judge.
Hey, I love, bro, there's more than a couple times where I've talked with cops and they're like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I'd like to see you try. And they're like, what'd you say? I'm like, you heard exactly what I said. I'm like, you're a little boy and I would spank you. And they're like, the fuck do you mean? And I'm like, what? You're small. You're a child to me. Okay. I'm like, what? I go, you want to pull your gun on me? I'll smack the shit out of you. Okay. That's what'll happen. So let's talk like gentlemen before one of us gets hurt. And I'll tell you, it's not going to be me. So that's fine. But let's, we can be respectful or we can not be respectful. I'm okay with either one, but I'm already caught. So I got not much to lose. So
see, the problem over here, that's a big difference between Canada and America. As soon as you got into half of that spiel, you'd have had 4 of his cop buddies come from everywhere. You're getting hit with tasers. You're I can see you trying to Hulk out with all the fucking electricity around you.
I'll tell you this much. We're all going home with marks. Okay. I may get my ass kicked, but everybody's gonna have a story. Okay. That's what's gonna happen. I'm like, bro, I'll bite you. Don't think that I'm like, bro, I will poke you in the eye. I'll grab the fucking meat underneath your nose and just start pulling. You're gonna have a little piercing now, okay? Let's go. So, like, I'm a dirty boy.
Can we all just get along?
The answer is no. No, we can't. Okay, we're not gonna get along. We're gonna have violence. Okay. This is the one thing where I'm like, bro, the let's say we become a 51st state, like the transition time for everybody getting used to, hey, everybody be on best behavior. We all got guns. Okay. I said, did I send you the video of it was an old guy. Somebody tried to jack his car and he opens his door right on the ground. You're like, yeah, oh, sorry, I made him miss the first one. Don't worry, I got you on the second.
What do you learn in the horror movies? Double tap. Always double tap.
Hey, rule 1, safety first. Double tap. It's the rules of the world.
No more than 3, though. No more than 3. After that, that's murder. Remember
you're just
when fucking saved everybody in that diner, but he fucking emptied his whole clip. So he got, dude, you double tap, maybe 1 for good measure. After that, you start dumping clips now. At bare minimum, that's abuse of a corpse.
I mean, listen, we're not animals, okay? You gotta preserve the leather.
Kick the boot away, or kick the gun away. Make sure.
Always.
You know.
Listen, always minimum double tap. But hey, resources are at a premium. So let's not be wasteful of our ammunition.
That's it. That's it.
It's fair.
And never grab the other gun with your bare hand. Get you a napkin.
Jesus.
You got all the time in the world now. You're just waiting on the police. Grab a fucking napkin.
That's
Move
right.
the gun away. Set it on a table or something. Make sure if there's a camera, you show them. Look, that wasn't me. And you put it there.
Mm-hmm. On film. Thank you very much. Hey, at that point, I might even take out my own camera. Okay, just
start. Well, I'm sitting here after I shot this idiot because he tried to rob these old people, and I'm waiting on the police. But look, I see that could go wrong though, because a buddy of mine, he's actually in jail for life right now. He went to go pick up his daughter at the ex-old lady's house, and I don't know what the altercation was, but the husband or the ex-wife's new old man and his son, grown man, come out the house and come at John. John had his concealed carry license. He had his gun on him. They started tussling. It was 2-on-1. They got John to the ground. John fucking shot twice. Boom, boom. Dude went to the ground. The son ran in the house, called the cops. John stood right there. He took his clip out of his gun. He laid it on top of the car, and he just waited there. And they said because he went to that house, and there's been, I guess, a history of, because of course their exes, they've been bickering, but there's been a history between them. That's the ex. John's in jail for life, dude.
That fucking sucks, bro.
Yeah. And that's a kid I literally grew up with. After school, before school, we walked up to, my first cigarette was with that kid,
Listen, hey, that's the thing, is you gotta, man, this is the problem, is people are always like, oh, we should hang out. Hey, I have my family, I'm good. Okay. I love you. That's fine. But I need to trust who you are before we can hang out. And can I come over to your house? Okay, listen, let's be, let's calm down.
Yeah, we'll go ahead. There's a bar down the street.
There's a bar down. Hey, we can hang out. There's no problem. It's fine. But look, there's important reason for boundaries. And you know what? I don't trust people. And you're like, hey, I've had a couple, even when I had all the firefighters and the paramedics and the cops come in, every guy that walked in, I'm like, my family's safe. I'll take you out. Even they brought in a sergeant, and I'm like, you're a cute little baby. I'm like, what are you gonna do to me? I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, bro, he came up to my shoulders, and I was like, how are you? And hilariously, every one of them are like, are you in law enforcement? You seem really calm around everybody. I'm like, yeah, it's because I know I can take you. I'm not worried for my safety. I'm worried for your safety. So let's calm down.
Worried for my furniture. Shut the fuck up. That's new. Watch what you're doing.
Yeah. I'll deal with you. So.
Oh, dude.
But anyways, I gotta bounce. This has been good. This has been good. Bro, we covered everything from the state of affairs to religion to life to the 51st state to the news. We covered everything. It's fantastic.
Fucking it. Everything that went on this weekend. Get ready for the new week, guys.
Yeah, and listen, tonight we have Life of Giants. Are you going to be free at 8?
I should be.
All right, so 8 p.m. we have the quote we're basing the episode on is strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value.
Yeah, like that one.
Right, yeah. I thought it's Albert Einstein. What a fucker, eh? Cocksucker. All right. So,
math.
I mean, listen, he was good at other things, apparently banging chicks. So it's fine.
All right, everybody, make sure you check out Dino the Genetic Marvel on all the platforms. Cole Clayton, got a lot of shows going on, and Atlas Novak, so check them all out. And check us out at Upside Down Studios. We got some new shit about to pop off. Greg got it in the works. This Wednesday, I will not be doing What the Fuck Wednesday. I'm gonna hit Jordan and Bubba's open mics to support the kids out there. So yeah, I'll be doing that. But in the meantime, in the interim, I'll be popping in and out of Dino's shows.
Word.
So you'll see enough of me.
Yeah. All right, cool.
All right. That being said, y'all be good to each other. This is motherfucking Monday. We'll see you next Monday.
Peace. Not really. Usually anger.
So what the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah. So what the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah.